Hello everyone, I welcome you all to our channel Let's Learn Automation. And today we are going to see how to use the multiple set of data for a single functionality. For that, we are going to use one login functionality where we are going to use the multiple sets of data. So we can say that this as a multiple set of data or positive and negative testing. So for this particular case, we will use our same login page which we have used in a project. Like we can say that we have named it like a source lab. So here we have our project sourcelab.com. So here what we need to do, we need to use the username, password, and then we need to press the button like login. And after we are able to log in here, then this is the correct data. We can see that like standard user is the username and this is the password. So password is present over here. So there are four set of data or four usernames are available, and we have one single password. So that password is correct and the first username is correct. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the multiple set of data. So from that, single data will be correct and all the remaining data will be incorrect. So for that we will code. For that we will switch to Eclipse. So here we have our project. Now basically first of all we'll create one test class. So here we have six total test classes, and now we will not modify this because this is the properly coded, and we'll create a new class over here and will name is like underscore 7 underscore and verify multiple credentials and finish. So this is our test class, and that should be like this. So by which we will easily identify if that is our test class. Now what we required for this, so basically first of all we try to see the login page, how we design it. So here we have a login page, and we have created one object over here. Then we have one before one method. Then this is our login method. We'll use this same method. And here we have after method. So I will not write down this again because this is already explained in a previous video. So I will just copy these things here. So first of all, I will copy the object and before method, and then I will copy this method. We'll name it. I will rename it. No worries about that. And finally, I will write down as like the direct test. So this is the test, our test case. And finally, I will copy this after method like this. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to extend this with the test base class. So this error will be gone. Now this is our test class. So here we have before method. So before method is going to open the browser and enter the URL. Okay, then this login to application test method will going to log in into the our project page, and this will report the log. Okay, that is not required. I will delete this, and we only need, okay, let it be. And after this we don't need this report dot flush because this is required for the external report, that is not required to us. Okay, otherwise everything is okay. So this is the we can say that a class which is going to open the browser by using this before method. Then it is close the browser by using the after method, and if that is a test case failed, then it is going to capture the screenshot. And here we have our test case. So this is the simple structure. If I try to run it, let's try to run this. If it not run, then we need to modify this. So let's try to see, is it working or not. Okay, so Chrome browser has started successfully. It's opening. Okay, so it's very fast. Let's see what's the result we have. Okay, we are getting the wrong result, cannot invoke. Okay, that is not working, so we'll not require this one for now. We will use the hard code. Log into application. So after login, we are expecting this. So let first correct this test case, then we will work. Let's run it again. I think there is a problem in uh, the Excel file, so that's why it is not executing. Okay, let's see the result. Okay, total tries can run one, pass one, or no failure. So now we are good to go. So this is the simple test case which is going to log in into the application. Now what we are going to see that how we can use the multiple set of data. Okay, so to use the multiple set of data, first of all we need to declare the multiple set of data. So for that we will use the data provider. So for that I will use the at the rate and data, and yes, I will use the data provider, and then we'll use one method like public void and get data, like this. So this is our method, and now what we need the data like username and password. So for that I will use one object class over here, like object, and I need the this data like two-dimensional data like that, and here semicolon is required, and here I will declare the data. So like this is the first set of data, then this is the second, then this is the third and fourth. So we are going to use the fourth set of data. So from that I will use the correct data first of all. So let's log out this application. This is the correct data. Copy this, and this is password. So so this is the correct data. First of all we have correct data, then I will use the incorrect data like one over here, and same username and password are so same, only difference of one. Here we have the same identical username and password, and here I will use the password as username and password both. So these are the four set of data I can say. Now what we need to do, like whenever we need to pass this data to one of the method, or this method we can say that. So to pass the data we need to use the return. Okay, we need to use the return, and now as we are returning this data, and this data is of object type, so that's why we will use the same, sorry, we will use the same in a return type too. Okay, and now still we are getting the error is not solved. Okay, we need to use the double quotes over here. So this is the string, so we need to use like this. Okay, that's good, it's working. So we need to use the double quotes everywhere. So these are the four set of data. We can say that positive testing and negative testing both. For the first case, the login will be correct or will be successfully login, and the rest of the cases it should be failed. So this four set of data is ready. Now I need to use this data into method. So this method is same identical with the previous method. So I will just change the name of the method. Login to app with multiple creds. So this is sufficient. Okay, now okay, this is okay. Okay, and also we need to provide the name to the data provider. So name was to anything, like we can say that CRETEN credentials. We can use anything over here, like, so this is completely ready. Now we can use it. Now this is the we have given the name, so we are going to use this particular data or this data provider into our method or into a test case, we can say that. So we need to mention this in a test case, that in test case we are using the data provider, so like, and which have the name like credential. I will just copy, by which no mistake will be there. So now uh, in this particular test case, I can say that I'm using the data provider which having the name like credential, and here we have the application. Now so this is expected URL, and we are getting the actual URL by using this. Okay, and finally we need to assert it. So I will use remove this JUnit, and I can use assert. Okay, but now what we have the multiple set of data, so definitely it is better to use the soft assert. So what I will do, I will use the soft assert over here, as will be the object, just to new soft assert, and here I will use the object as s dot assert equals. So here I need to use yes. Okay, this is correct. Now this method is ready, we can say that. And so what I will do, we will not use this particular we can say that method. We will design one more different method. So for that I will go to pages class. So here we have the login page, and so this is the login method. I will just copy this method and will copy paste here. Let's make it bigger. Okay, and here I will put the name like method to verify multiple set of data, and I will change the name of the application. So we'll give the name like login to app with multiple cred. Use the same name here. Okay, and we don't want this. We need to make it simple. So I will delete everything which is not required. Okay, so now what we have okay, we also don't need this. I will delete this too, because we are not going to use the Excel file over here. So we have username dot text box dot send keys, password we need to pass, then login button we need to click, and finally we are going to return. But now here we need to use the data which is coming from our test class. Okay, so for that I will use here like we can say the parameter. Okay, so for that, like string, two parameter I will use, string un username and string password. So these are the two parameter I will use, and I will use the same parameter in our this method too. I will change the name of the method like test, so we can understand what is this. And now we don't need this application. because we have created or designed another application. So dot thread. So this application will require username, password, and semicolon. So now this is okay. So soft assert, then we are expecting this URL after login. Then we are getting actual URL from this, and this is the assertion. Okay, so now we are good to go, and this will capture the screenshot if the test case failed, and test case is going to fail for 3 times. So let's run it. So I will right click on this, run as testng. Let's see what happened. Okay, so first of all the test case run, second time test case run, then third time, and this is the fourth time. Okay, this is it. That's it. So we can say that total test run 4, pass 0, fail 0. So what the mistake we have done? So we have used the actually soft asset over here, and to get the correct result we need to add one more line. So for that I will add s dot assert all. So as we can see that what we are expecting, that we have the single set of data which is correct and 3 set of data which are incorrect. So what should happen over here, that total test case run should be 1 and pass should be 3, but here we are getting all pass because we are not collecting all the information, because we are skipping this line. So now as this is the soft assert, okay, so this is the soft assert. In soft assert we are not getting the result as we have. For that we need to add this single line as dot assert all. Now if we execute this, then we will get the correct result. So let's execute. And one thing we can see that this particular test case run 4 times, but we have single test case. So running of this test case depend upon the how much data you are assigning. So here we are assigning the 4 set of data, so that's why test case is run for 4 times. Again it's running. And yes, so what happened, total run test 4, pass 0. Why pass 0? At least one test case should be pass. See, okay, what happened over here. Hmm, keys to send should be not null. Here sequence field, not null. Where is null? Okay, what happened over here? As this is correct and this is also correct. So what problem we have? Keys to be sent should not null sequence. Illegal organ exception. Okay, this is not the case. Okay, this is the problem. 82. Okay, we haven't passed the data over here, so that's why we pass the data into the method, but we haven't passed the data over here. How it can be run? So I need to pass username here and pwd over here. Now this will be correct. So good that we are getting the issue very early. Let's run it again. Okay, first time it ran, second time. Okay, we are getting the error too. Good, good, good. Third time and fourth time is good. Okay, so now total test run 4, pass 1, fail 3. Here we can see that we got a failure for 3 test cases because only single set of data is correct. Now, if I refresh my project, now we need to see the screenshot. If I need to check the screenshot, okay, we got the many screenshot because we have run this test case multiple times and it failed. So these are the short screenshot we are getting as per the time. So I will delete this and we will run it again. Okay, we'll run it again to see the actual result. And I will delete all the screenshot that is not required to keep delete all the. And now I will run it again. So what is expectation that again one test case should be run, one test case should be passed, 3 test case should be failed, and we should get the 3 screenshot in our folder. So let's see. Okay, first time, second time, third, and fourth. Yes, 4 test cases run. Let's check the result. So again, 4 test case run, pass 1, fail 3. So we are getting the 3 failure. Let's see the why this test case failed. So here we can see that data is incorrect. The following assert failed. Then second, only this test case is passed. And now let's check the screenshot. So for that I will refresh the project. To see the screenshot we need to refresh the project every time. So these are the screenshot and let's see how it looks. This is folder. So this one, second one, and third one. Any time is changing. So these are the screenshot we are getting after failing the test case. Now what I will do, I will change this data with the data available over here. So I will change the username. Now why I'm doing that, because let's copy this first. Okay, because let's see the screenshot again. I need to check are we getting the same screenshot with the available credential on application. Okay, so this is the login field. This is the username, password, then second screenshot, then third screenshot. This is the same screenshot we are looking. First screenshot, standard user 1, second screenshot, standard user, and secret source. So these are the 3 screenshots and we are getting the same result as the same message. Username and password do not match. Same message for every screenshot, we can say that. So what I will do, I will try to run it again with the change credential. Let's run it again. And now what I will do, I can add this again. So the correct credential I will use once more. So now 5 times it will be run. Let's see, is it really going to happen or not. So it's done. Okay, 3 pass. Okay, let's delete this. We got a different result. Let's delete the previous screenshot. Okay. and refresh the project again. So here we are getting the two failure and three pass. So let's see what okay, two pass means what? This should be pass and this should be pass. So that is the correct one. But one more one more time it get pass. So failed, okay, failed for this. Then pass. Login to standard user standard. Performance glitch user. For performance glitch user, we are also getting the test case as a pass. And let's see, okay, that may be the behavior of the we can say that credential, but let's see the screenshot what we got. So here locked out user, epic sad face, username and password do not match. Okay, and here we are getting the same message. Okay, no problem. We are getting the same message for both the things, but here we come to know that performance glitch user, for this particular user we are getting the correct result. So in this way we can use the multiple test case, multiple set of data for verification, or we can say that negative testing we can done by using the parameterization. Let's try to understand what I have done over here. So in a login page, what I have done, I created one method, like login method, which is going to use the username dot send keys, password dot send keys, login button dot click, and it is going to return the URL. And here I use the parameter, okay, which is not used previously. In a previous method or in a go method, I haven't used any parameter, but here I use parameter. Why it is so? Because I am going to use the data provider. So for using the data provider, I need to pass the different value every time whenever this particular method is going to run. So to run this method every time with a different kind of set of data, I need to pass, or I need to use the parameter over here. So that's why I use two parameter, one for username and other for password. And same test case I have created over here too. So here we can see that I use the one test case which have this method name, and here also I use the two parameter, username and password, and the other structure is same. Only the thing is like this username and password I passed over here, okay, whenever I'm calling the application. And the extra thing is what I use the data provider. So in a as a data provider I use one annotation data provider and give the name is like credential. You can use the any name over here, but that should be in a double quote. Then I use one method like get data method, and here I created, or I we can say that use the multiple kind of data set by using the object class. So in object class I use multiple set of data over here, like uh, the data which is correct and data which is correct, and even we can say that incorrect. And uh, I'm using this set of data in this braces and separating out every data set by using the comma, and here we need to use the semicolon. And as this data or single data set should be passed every time, so I need to return this data. Okay, so whenever this particular method is going to run, it is going to pass the data, and this data will be passed to, first of all, this test case like over here, and this data is further passed to here, username and password, and this will pass to in a login page where this particular lines will be executed every time with the data which we pass over here by using the parameter. And yes, in while using the data provider we need to tell the test case that we are using the data provider of name credential. So in this way we can use the multiple set of data. And also we have seen that whenever the test case got failed, multiple images are also captured. Why this multiple images are being captured? Because these images are captured as per the time. Okay, these are capturing as per the time. If I haven't used as per the time, then it will override every time. So if the test case fail for 100 times, then it will capture the 100 screenshot every time. Okay, so in this way we can use the multiple set of data. So thank you.